Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Time Out Thailand's podcast series. My name is Aydan and today I am here in Chiang Mai, city which I live in and edit for mostly, and I am with my esteemed friend here, Tom, who is the North's most prolific festival organizer, I would say.
Possibly one of them.
One of them.
One
of the many.
I don't know about the most, but definitely one of them. I'd say top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Top 10.
Is there 10 up here in Chiang Mai?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe top 7.
There
Who
we
knows?
go. All right. Top 5. Let's give him that.
All right.
But anyway, over the 15, 20 or so years that he's been here in Chiang Mai, he's helped put the city on the map with festivals, starting with his involvement with Jai Thep Festival. If you have been here long enough, you'll know about that. The beloved music and arts and magic gathering that happened, then leading into events like Synergy and keeping people dancing with his techno tunes under the DJ name DJ I Lost My Keys. And while his wife continues to be very successful with her crew one on English on Air, my apologies.
Correct.
Of which Tom was a key player in marketing for many years. He is back now with a new chapter, Gaia Beats Festival, happening just this coming weekend. A 3-day music and arts festival built around connection, community, and giving more than it takes. So, as we get comfortable in this brilliant, brand spanking new podcast set, kindly provided by Studio by Char. Thank you very much. Ats below for all your contacts. If you need a podcast studio in Chiang Mai, this is the one to do. But let's get into how it all started with Tom and what's happening next weekend. So, for listeners who don't know you, Tom Fannypinchin Clark, tell us more about who you are as a person.
As a person?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. As a person, that is a very good question. Well, I'm just a regular human, living in this reality. Just trying to do good in the world, really.
Excellent.
Aydan.
Great.
Yeah.
Great responses.
Yeah.
So, you're of British heritage, right? You're from England, but you've lived here many years.
We come from very close,
We
actually.
do.
We met here, but we're both from Somerset.
That's right. Somerset boys.
Yeah.
Shout out to the old Somerset crew.
In fact, that is partly where Jai Thep and Gaia Beats inspiration comes from. Glastonbury Festival.
Of course.
Growing up
The
at
big one.
Glastonbury Festival,
Yeah.
a lot of inspiration from there.
I can tell, as someone who also grew up with Glastonbury Festival, I'm sure we probably even passed paths while we were, going about
Wearing
our business
hobbit
in
shoes and a jester's hat.
That's
probably.
exactly it. Yeah, that's most likely it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see a lot of that in the festivals that
They
you
all-
organise. There's definitely a theme there of that like classic British style festival, like the original festival vibe there that you see.
Yeah.
And so we'll get into that as well. We want to talk about how that manifested in Jai Thep and now in Gaia Beats and how that's evolved over the years. So that's really exciting and interesting to know. But I think a few people may be curious as to why at the top of this video, somewhere above, we will have your name written in text.
Exciting.
And it will be Tom Fannypinchin Clark. And we do want to know, where does that middle name come from?
Well,
there's a story behind it.
There is a story behind it. About 100 years ago, my great-grandmother was called Fannypinchin.
Brilliant name.
And this was before the word Fanny had become a bit of a funny, rude word.
Yeah.
For other terms.
Yes, of course.
right?
Yeah, it used to be an old English name.
Yeah, and then there was a time when it became very unpopular because it became used for another body part.
That's right. Yes.
And so she changed her name from Fannypinchin to Maeve Pinchin.
That's a brilliant
True story.
That's a brilliant change.
So I just
love it.
thought, why not bring the name back?
Bring it back.
So I brought it back as a little nickname occasionally.
Yeah, I love it.
A
I
simple
think it's
story,
great.
just an ode to my great-grandmother, really.
I love it. I love it very much. I do like those old names. I always find it interesting when names change gender as well. Like I know a few men called Hillary, but these days Hillary's are more of a female name, but it still sits around the two.
Yeah.
Those sort of things are good. Old names come back, and I like to see that in your name. Well, there is the
There we
mystery
go.
solved. Yeah,
That's
indeed.
the mystery.
But while you've been here, you do a lot of festivals, events, music. Did that start back at your Glastonbury days growing up, and then you brought that here, or was there a little interim between the two?
So I think really what happened was I was here on and off for years, but when I actually met my wife and moved here, I'd been so used to traveling, like from the age of 18 to 28. I traveled for 10 years globally and ran businesses when I moved around and stuff like
Excellent,
that.
yeah.
But when I actually settled down here, I suddenly realized that I would really no longer be doing festival seasons in the UK and Europe anymore. And so I thought, well, there wasn't a scene here. There was no festival scene. Now it's a whole different ball game. You know, now it's like every weekend there seems to be a festival. But
exactly.
10 years ago, not much.
Not
right?
much. No,
not really.
No,
not
absolutely.
Really.
Well,
so so it was really to start it. It started with Jai Thep really as a way to get me DJ gigs, but also put on an event that I actually want to go to with like daytime vibes. I'm not really into nighttime clubbing. I never was. So outdoor, daytime, community, real magic.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see a lot of that in the British festival scene where the festivals, they do have the nighttime clubbing and fun, but they also have that sort of daytime experience, like you said, families and just enjoying the moment, listening to music.
I stopped drinking a couple of years ago, but I was, when I used to go to daytime events, day drinking was like the funnest bit for me.
Oh, absolutely.
It would be like have a beer at lunchtime,
of course,
enjoy your afternoon, and I'd be in bed by 2 a.m. So Gaia Beats, the new event I'm doing, is very much focused on the daytime.
Amazing.
In fact, we're starting the music at like 10 a.m.
And
starting workshops at 8 a.m.
Which is early for a Thai festival, because usually they start early afternoon. They're worried that people are going to be too hot in the day. But I like that move. I like that change. I think that's exciting because sometimes you go to a festival, you stay overnight, and then you've got nothing to do for half a day. So that's really good. Yeah.
But the other thing with the new venue at Sense Hot Spring, which is a chain of wellness spas, actually, it's in a forest.
Yeah.
So, it's midday and you have full cover, full forest cover.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel that hot.
Good.
So,
amazing. Yeah.
So really is perfect venue for daytime.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic, tell us a little bit more about the venue. It's in a hot spring. Is there going to be hot spring experiences there while you're there?
It's quite near Sankampang hot spring, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's the same hot water that gets pumped into there, but it's not a natural hot spring.
I see. Yeah.
So it's more like a hot spring spa. There's a load of hot tubs and showers and baths.
Nice.
And
will they be open during the festival?
Do you know what? I haven't got that far yet.
Oh,
I've been
a week away.
I know, but I've been prioritizing some things heavily.
I'm sure.
But I think people should just come and we can work it out.
Yeah.
Because it is available. Yeah. I just haven't worked it out yet.
Sure.
But there's hot tubs.
And there's stuff there. They'll still be open, I'm sure.
Yeah, we can work it out.
Yeah, excellent. Well, before we get into the details of Gaia Beats, I want to kind of leave people hanging a little bit. Sure. Excited to hear a bit more about it. I'd like to get your understanding or interpretation of the festival scene in Thailand. Like you said there, 10 years ago, there wasn't much there. These days, it's evolved, it's changed. I mean, personally, I remember around 10, 15 years ago, I was going to things like Big Mountain Music Festival and things very Thai, like sort of concert style festivals where a similar thing where by 2 or 3 p.m. the doors open, you go in, there's a concert, you go home. Not any camping or anything like that. I think it's changed now. It's definitely a wider market. There's huge events happening across Thailand, whether it's up here in the north with these smaller, more intimate ones, or down in like Chonburi or Phuket and places like that.
Sure. I always wondered, because I came here 20 years ago, 2006. And in 2006, you would get the odd kind of outdoor party, but it was like nighttime. Yeah. There'd be like no lighting. Yeah. It would just be almost pitch black. Yeah. And the sound system that was so-so.
Yeah.
And then about 15 years ago, I think things started to pop up. Maybe Wonder Fruit might have started about 10,
15,
maybe,
something like that, right, yeah.
And then I feel like in the last, I think Jai Thep we started in 2016. So that was 10 years ago. And there wasn't much happening in the north then.
No.
And I think in the last 10 years, it's really blown up. Yeah. And like this year now, we've got EDC, Tomorrowland are coming, you've got Wonder Fruit. I think there's a lot of I think the government probably want international festivals to come here. And I think they're building infrastructure for it.
They are, yeah.
That's what I think.
What's your take on those bigger ones like Tomorrowland and Wonder Fruit? Are you a fan or are you a meh? What do you like?
I respect them. They're on the production side, incredible. It really incredible. I think sometimes the really big events can lack heart, feeling. You don't really sometimes feel that community aspect so much. Sure. It can feel a little bit kind of like a factory festival. Yeah. Like not yeah, not and then also they can be quite expensive, you know. Like for
Mm.
example, Gaia Beats at the moment for a full pass is 3,300, and that is like as cheap as I can get it because there's like 7 areas, you know. Is and but for local Thai people that would be very expensive, and I appreciate that. So we've got like a big volunteer program. We hire a lot of Thai people, so try to include the locals as much as possible, but I think sometimes some festivals are not super inclusive because of the cost.
Yeah.
You know, the ticket
Of course.
price.
Yeah.
But I think generally, I think the scene has blown up in the last 10 years and that's cool. You know, I like the little ones more, I think.
Yeah.
They feel a little bit more homely.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah. I think that's true. I think also in Chiang Mai, it fits the vibe here a little bit more. You know, I think a big Tomorrowland up in Chiang Mai would feel a bit off.
Might do,
but these smaller venues, these smaller, more intimate, community-focused events do
and
tend
also
to work a little
growing
better.
slowly as well. I mean, the last Gaia Beats, it was a 1 day, and that was a year ago, and we had about 600 people, and I've kind of escalated it quite a bit. I mean, we're expecting maybe 1,500 people, I reckon, and it's now 3 days with camping. So that's quite a big jump.
Yeah,
and I've felt it for sure.
I'm sure. So if aside from your own festivals, what would be your go-to festival this year on the circuit? If you could go to any festival, or which festival would you be going to this year?
That's a good question. You know, there's a festival the weekend after Gaia Beats. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's like a handpan festival in Pai. Oh, great. Which looks like world music. That looks quite cool. And obviously there's Shambhala.
Yes, Shambhala.
You know, Shambhala's second week of February, Changdao. Yes. That's super established now.
Yeah.
You know, that would probably be on my
Shambhala is
list.
a good one. That's definitely a good one to
that
look
would
out
be on
for
my
as
list
well.
to check out. I think everyone should go there once.
Yes.
It's 10 days and it's real community festival.
Yeah. We did a sort of article after one of our riders went and spent time at Double Dick Tiger. Have you ever heard of Double Dick Tiger?
I have indeed. Yeah.
Have you been?
I haven't been,
No,
but
nor
I
have
know
I.
people that have been. It's meant to be quite cool.
Yeah, I hear it's quite good as well. Kind of off grid and different. But but I think that's the joy of Chiang Mai. There's all these different things, right? So it's nice that each of these events, whether it's Gaia Beats or Shambhala or wherever else, they kind of fit a niche. And they fit a group that then are interested and attracted to that. So that's good. What about Thai festivals? Do you mess around with Thai festivals as much, or
do you know what?
the big mountains and places?
I don't go out that much anymore. If I'm honest,
sure.
Like I love organizing festivals because for me I love the production of the finished event. Yeah. But if I'm honest, I really like it about 6 months before when I'm starting to build like community and like sitting down with interesting people because you meet a lot of really interesting people when you put on a big event. Yeah, that's true. There's people that you just have to start networking with and and bringing in all these different communities. You meet people from all different walks of life. And I really like that aspect too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, that's great. You say you don't go out as much, but
not so much.
Is there any festivals or scenes that you trying to avoid just because it's too much or not your thing?
I should talk about all the bad festivals and parties now.
Exactly,
no.
That's it. That's all. No,
no.
Not at all.
I used to be for 20 years a real partier. You know, real partier. And like the last couple of years, I've just started slowing down. I've been getting more into the wellness side. So, you know, for our viewers who might have been to Jai Thep before. Gaia Beats is going to be like more like the daytime aspect of Jai Thep. Yeah. So more focus on wellness, more focus on families, more focus on down tempo music and that kind of vibe. Like a slightly older crowd, I think. And although we've got a bit of a nighttime element with campfires and a little bit of late night scheduling, but like low-key scheduling. Yeah. There's whereas Jai Thep was I think a 72-hour stomp. Yeah. It's not like that. Yeah. So it does shut down, it does close down, it gets quiet. Yeah. And I think in the same way that I've become more peaceful, I think that my events have also started to become a bit more peaceful as well.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the topic of Jai Thep, let's talk a little bit more about that because that is the kind of the beginning story of all of these things here in Chiang Mai. So let's talk a little bit more about how that kind of came about? Tell us the origin story a little bit.
Yeah, so it came about, a friend of mine, I used to own a rock and roll guest house in Nimman.
Yes.
I called it Punk Chic.
Punk chic.
Yeah. It was a complete failure. Yeah, didn't work. Nobody wants punk chic, right? Obviously. But you try these things. I've tried a lot of stuff. Like 90% of the things I try don't work.
Was that? Well, I mean, that's the joy of it, right? That's kind of the fun of it.
Sure.
Was that before or after the tea house?
Same time.
Same time. Oh,
if you ever want to do something badly, try and open 2 new brands at exactly the same time and try and scale them both. Yeah, don't do that. But so anyway, the London Tea Room did well.
Did.
And Funky Nimman, my boutique punk guest house. It was fun.
Yeah.
But from that, I had a bar there because the bar was the only thing that made money in the establishment.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
So I just have to tell you this story because it's just so classic. Imagine you're putting on a psychedelic rave on the ground floor, and then you have a little old Chinese lady who's staying with you coming down and like coming to the bar in her 90 and be like, can you just turn it down a little bit? These things, they just don't work.
They don't work. They don't fit together, do they? Yeah.
So anyway, I am getting around to this story. So a friend of mine, a German friend called Yanis, he doesn't live here anymore. He came to me one day and he said, I found this amazing venue. It's in a canyon. Have you been to Chiang Mai Grand Canyon? And I said, oh no, I haven't. And we went there and it was such an amazing outdoor venue that we just started planning the first Jai Thep then. So it was me and him were the original founders of Jai Thep. And then it just, neither of us knew what we were doing. And then we brought a load of other people in that also didn't know what they were doing.
Amazing, yeah.
And so it was a bunch of friends. Yeah. Ended up throwing a festival that we did for, I think it was from 2016 until just before COVID, 2020. We squeezed one in just before that, and then
it's pretty impressive.
And then it kind of dissipated after that.
Yeah, it had a slower build up than Gaia Beats, right? Where it was a day, and then it was like 2 days, and then it was an overnighter and that sort of thing, right?
We did one in August 2016, which was lucky actually, because August it could have rained all day.
It could have, yes.
It could have rained all day, and I think if it had rained that day, maybe I wouldn't be here now. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't be doing Gaia Beats.
Oh,
because if that first Jai Thep had been a washout, I might not have continued doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So you never know.
No, absolutely. Right? Yeah.
So,
it only takes one time to, wash all your money away. And all your spirits away.
Yeah. So, and then
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, right. And then 6 months later, we did another one by a river in Sarapi. Yeah. That was 2017. And then a year later, we went for the 3-day. Yeah. And that was hard work. Yeah, for sure.
Did I mean, you don't have to go into all the details, but did you find that those festivals were enjoyable and rewarding because you're putting on festivals like you were used to at home and you brought them here and that was great? Or were they rewarding in other ways? Were they financially rewarding? Were they
not financially rewarding?
Connectually over rewarding?
Yeah. Like I think I feel cool to do this stuff. Like I had quite a big break from the event scene. Yeah. Where I went and helped my wife's business for like a good 5 years, 6 years. I helped to scale that business. Yeah. And now that kind of runs itself, I have time again to get back into events. Yeah. But it's more like a calling. I feel like I can do it, and I think it's needed to have a really good community festival. And I mean, Gaia Beats is like built from the ground up as a not-for-profit. Right. And that's with all these systems and sustainability and inclusivity, and we're really, really trying to make a difference with it, actually. So, I feel like a lot of the time it can be quite stressful, for sure, and hard work and expensive. Yeah. And so there's a lot of reasons to not do this sort of thing. For sure, It's not, nobody gets into doing large-scale community festivals for the money. Right. No way.
You heard it here.
No way.
Probably not first.
No, if you want to make money, don't put on a 3-day festival. But if you want to do something where you bring people together and you might create a launch pad for change in your city, then go for it.
Then it's a good thing to start with. Yeah, no,
definitely.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So then, in that case, and what did Jai Thep, that experience that you had with Jai Thep, prove to you about Chiang Mai, the audience, the appetite, the creative lust for those sort of events? Was it there? Did it happen?
I mean, I think Chiang Mai is like a melting pot of like creativity and like healing, and like there's all these different like demographics. You know, you've got the ravers, you've got the punks, you've got the artists, you've got all the people that do all the wellness stuff, you've got travelers, people coming to get their teeth done from Australia because it's cheaper. I mean, it's literally, you have every person from every walk of life here, really. And I don't know why, but it's like this crazy energy vortex of like a cauldron of just all sorts of different people and things. And I think because of that, I saw that and I thought, why don't we do a festival where we pull all the different demographics in, all the different communities, get them together, because they do have things in common. A lot.
For sure,
But a lot of the time, and I think about this in society as well, that we all feel a little bit like segregated. You know, there's like division, and now everyone's just on their computer at home, and it's really important more than ever to have these big community events where we bring people together and we get people talking, and it's like power in numbers, you know, to make change.
Sure.
Like, I really believe it. Really.
Well, that's great. Well, I mean, it proves that there's that appetite there as well.
It's here.
You brought them all together, and they kept coming back, and it was becoming a great thing.
Sure.
Did Jai Thep end with the pandemic, and that was just like a nice, clean sort of ending to it? Or?
Yeah, I think what happened was the pandemic hit. And I think a lot of the management, the core crew, you know, there was a lot of Thais involved, like local people, but there was also a lot of expats, but there were kind of expats that would travel as well. And I think a lot of people kind of dispersed. And I think it just never really, I think the flame didn't reignite. And people have mentioned to me, well, why didn't I reignite it? And it did cross my mind, but I just think sometimes it's just good to start with a fresh, like you know, like something new. You know, and although Gaia Beats has a lot of similarities to Jai Thep for sure, and there are similar people involved, same people, some of the management crew is the same. I just thought the concept's a bit different, you know, it's a bit more family, a bit more wellness, and a new venue. I just thought, let's just start over.
Nice. Would you go as far as to say it's a spiritual successor, or is it not quite? It's more of its own thing.
I think that people that come to Gaia Beats will see a lot of Jai Thep there. In fact, I've upcycled a lot of the old Jai Thep stuff.
Nice. Yeah, good. Great. Wow.
So there will actually be some of Jai Thep there.
Excellent. You'll see it.
You're going to see some tie-dye wall hangings that are definitely upcycled and things like that.
Oh, great. Well, that's good. So if you go there, if you go to Gaia Beach, you'll have a little walk down memory lane in many ways.
For sure. Like a lot of people, especially in the daytime, will think, oh, this is Jai Thep. And there's some truth to that.
Just the last point on Jai Thep, I think it's nice to end like on a positive note or a good memory. So I really want to ask you, what was your best moment at that festival, or perhaps that journey of making those festivals, and what was like what sticks with you the most out of that?
For me, I think it was like the friendships that I made from it.
You
know, because I remember when I really settled down here in 2013. I suddenly realized that because I'd been traveling for 10 years and I'd been popping in and out of Chiang Mai, I didn't really have like a real core, like my roots there properly. And I think through doing the festivals, it's like you find your kin. You know, it's like it's like in anything, you know, if you're into, I don't know, model trains, if you put on a model train festival, suddenly you're going to have a lot of friends who are into model trains, right? So if you put on a community music and art festival, suddenly you're going to have a lot of music and art friends.
Build it and they will come.
Exactly. Like Wayne's World.
Excellent. Well, that's great. I mean, Jai Thep's great, and it's exciting to see Gaia Beats. But before we jump into Gaia Beats, because we will get there, trust me, everyone. But there's a bit more backstory and a bit more. There's a few more levels and nuances to Tom than just festivals. Right?
Really? Okay.
Firstly, your partner. Do a little. I think it's fair to do a little shout out to.
Oh yeah.
Crew Wan, English on Air.
Shout out Crew Wan, English on Air. Yeah.
Yeah. But you worked with her for a long time doing the marketing,
Yeah.
and now you're switching gears over to here.
Technically, I'm still the marketing director, but
okay.
I'm in like a meeting a week.
Yeah.
Although lately with the festival,
Yeah.
not so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that leads well into my next question, which is, what is it like having two public-facing projects under one roof at home? It must be pretty intense.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the good thing is, Crew and English on Air, we have over 20 people in the team.
Great. Yeah.
So that's super helpful. Although I'm sort of getting told off a little bit at the moment because I probably stealed about 5 staff.
Nice. Yeah.
for Gaia
Of
Beats.
course.
And actually, in fact, we're giving all of our staff overtime at Gaia Beats,
Oh,
and they're all coming to shoot media, to run tickets, like they're multitasking.
Yeah, great. So
Yeah,
you've got a
yeah.
really strong team
Oh
behind,
yeah,
behind
yeah,
you both.
yeah. And like my team at Crew and English on Air are like the best people, the best team.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's really
So-
good to hear. But then in following it on that, then is what's the, like, it must be challenging for yourself, or is it not challenging to have to balance that sort of wacky festival way, but like that energy with a more, a more serious, disciplined business side? Or do they kind of help complement each other?
It's a good question. I mean, we've been doing Crew and English on Air now for 10 years. It's been getting bigger and bigger on social media for about 10 years. And our team has been growing for 10 years. So the difference between having a 10-year company with 20 people that are like in the office Monday to Friday and throwing a community festival where there's no money, it's super grassroots, it's not for profit. And really, like, half of the people involved are just volunteering their time because, you just can't throw a community festival with people on salary. No, you can't, not on the first year. It's basically impossible to do that, without, I don't know, without insane amounts of money. So the difference is that with festivals, especially in the early years, the organization, although I'm in charge and I try and structure the organization to work, there's so many holes. There's so many holes in the organization that you just get like everybody working all hours basically and working hard. But people are passionate. They're very, very passionate about a really good like community transformational festival in Chiang Mai. Right? It needs it, so people really get behind it. And then people don't think about the money or the working hard. They just think about the goal, I think.
No, that's great. Excellent. And then another sort of persona that you have is DJ I Lost My Keys.
Oh, yes.
So given you're at so many parties and events, is that DJ part, did that evolve because I know you said earlier that you made festivals so you could DJ, but also is the DJing a bit of an escape that you can still get involved and have fun in the things you organize as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that much time anymore, like I used to, just to sit around and listen to music and DJ. But I do love it. I love the feeling of when you've got a big crowd. I mean, I've done a few gigs in the past with a decent crowd. And when you've got, say, 1,000 people in front of you, or 500 to 1,000 people really going for it, and it's a good feeling for sure that you are part of the reason that they're having such a good time. So the energy is incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And also I just like sitting around listening to music. So
it's always a good excuse, isn't it? I'm working.
I'm DJing tonight, actually.
Crew and I'm working. Listening to music. Yeah, so you're DJing tonight.
I'm DJing tonight at the Tiki Torch.
Nice.
Which is the owner of Red nightclub. It's his new kind of more chill place.
I know it. Yeah,
gonna go check that out, and I'm gonna DJ there like in the evening.
Excellent.
Sort of dinner time, I think.
This will come out after that, annoyingly.
Yeah, so
you'll be there many times after.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
but go next time.
Next time.
Yeah. Check it out.
I think given that you kind of float around with all these interesting names, you've got Fannypinchin, DJ I Lost My Keys. Where does this name come from?
I'm really good with names, and now that we've got ChatGPT, I feel like my job of coming up with good names is probably over.
No,
maybe not.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I reckon you hold on to that skill.
So Gaia Beats, I actually, because I started it in 2019, before AI took over. So that I don't know, it just popped in my head, and it was part of like Gaia being the Greek idea of like the planet is like one living, breathing organism. That kind of like ancient worldview. And then beats is a mixture of like, it could be like, if we like personify the earth, it could have a heart and it could be beating, but it could also be like techno beats. So it's a bit of, it could be a bit of a play, you know?
And you DJ techno is mostly the stuff you play, or what do you do?
I play all different genres, actually. I like playing a lot of world music and like chill kind of dub world music these days, but maybe that's also because I don't tend to go out late anymore. And so people don't book me for after midnight anymore. So you know, but occasionally I might play a bit of harder music.
Interesting. Yeah. Great. Well, then that leads us really nicely into Gaia Beats, and we finally got to the main crux of our conversation.
Sure.
Gaia Beats for everyone runs next weekend, or this coming weekend.
So 23rd, 24th, 25th of January.
Thank you. Sense Hot Spring Wellness.
Yes.
And Spa.
Yeah.
In Mae On in Chiang Mai. It's a little out there, but it's not too far away.
It's under an hour. You know, it's under an hour, and it's a little bit far for some people, but I think people should make the effort, because really it could potentially be a life-changing event.
Yeah.
It really, really could. I think it's going to be very special. I've got some of my friends who used to do production at Jai Thep are called Ginger Squirrel. They're in the UK. They're also part of some UK festivals, like Medicine Festival in the UK. They do production there.
Oh, amazing.
And all the decor. So they're here.
Oh, wow.
And they're doing all the, like, 2 of the stages there.
Oh, incredible.
So it's going to be like very like high end, or I'm presuming high end production.
It'll feel interestingly different to what we're maybe used to here. Yeah, because it's coming from a team somewhere else.
You know, the distance aspect, you know, it's worth it, I think. And it is under an hour, but it's about 45 minutes with camping.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I might be a little biased, but I much prefer going a little further out. You get a bigger space, you have more freedom just to kind of be yourself. And I think somewhere in the city, it's a little tight, isn't it?
You got a forest, there's a lake, there's no swimming, but there's a beautiful big lake.
Yeah.
Full canopy.
Amazing.
Full forest canopy. There's because it's a spa, there's 20 showers and 20 hot tubs.
Yeah.
It's
ready to go,
You know, really the infrastructure is like spot on.
Yeah. It's a perfect setting.
And there's a load of resorts nearby as well. So
if you don't want to camp, you can go and stay in a resort nearby.
I've heard that a lot of them are sold out, but people should check.
Yeah. Great. So what would be your, I suppose, elevator pitch then for Gaia Beats to like really kick us off here? I know we've talked a bit about it. You've talked about how it's something that gives more than it takes. It's a community, non-for-profit. But just give us a sentence, get us excited.
Well, I mean, it's an all ages festival. I mean, we've got a kids area, family area.
Yeah.
The age range that have been mainly buying tickets are kind of our age, actually. It's like the main group is 35 to 45, it seems. So I think it's going to be a mixture of expats, Thai people, travelers, but people from all different walks of life, you know, because we've got 2 workshop areas with a lot of creative workshop. We've got speed friending, so people can come on their own and meet people.
That's
nice.
Know? Yeah.
We've got a lot of like sound healing stuff. We've got a lot of wellness things.
That's great.
And then we've got 2 electronic stages. Yeah. So you've got that whole mix of like, you've got the wellness part, but you've also got a bit of a daytime party as well.
Yeah.
We've got the Horizon stage, which is full bands. We've got
live music as well.
Indie bands. We've got Nisa Tiwa with No Tap. You might have heard of No Tap. There's a new reggae band from Bangkok called the Bangkok Reggae Massive, which is a 10-piece reggae and ska band. You know,
I'll be there.
A lot of really good. There's Molam music. There's a lot. We've got Echo Resort and Kiki, this new pop indie band. There's incredible music at the event.
No, that's great. So what we're looking at is it's community, it's workshops, it's music, it's fun, it's relaxation.
Yeah, relaxation. I mean, and also the spa's open. Yeah. You know, so you can get a massage or you can get their treatments. You know, there's that as well.
That's great.
There's also one other stage hidden in the forest. We've cleared out the forest floor.
Nice.
So we've been building routes and like patches of land, like completely clearing it out. So deep in the forest, we have the Kindred Caravan, which there will be, and that is the longest scheduling. So, I mean, our alcohol license finishes at 12, like normal, and our loud sound license finishes at 12. But we've got a little late night until 3, low key,
Nice.
fire, chai shop,
Nice.
you know, and this real community, you know, just so people have somewhere to hang out after hours as well. You know, and that's like circus, performance, acoustic, comedy,
amazing,
improvisation. It's going to be pretty eclectic.
So when people ask, you know, I've had friends ask me, say, "Oh, well, what is Gaia Beats? Is it another music festival?" It's not quite a music festival.
It's not just a music festival. And there's also a whole circus troupe coming.
Oh, there you go.
Troupe. I don't know how you say it.
Troupe.
From Pi, there's a lot of the circus people from Pi because they have a huge circus scene there.
No way.
So we've got 15 fire dancers coming.
Oh,
and there's a hill. So we've got this forest, we have this lake, we have a hill. And on the hill, we have fire dancers every night.
That's incredible.
You know? So there's a lot of stuff.
It's immersive, to say the least,
fully
right?
immersive. Yeah. Projection mapping. There's a market. I mean, it's. Imagine Jai Thep.
Yeah.
It's like Jai Thep, but less land, so it's all condensed a little bit, and like up a hill, down a hill, around a lake,
That's great. Tell us a bit more about the headliners. I know you went through the live bands, but tell us a bit more about who else is coming. We've got DJs, we've got
so we've got a really a couple of really famous artists on the daytime electronic stage. Okay. So we've got from Australia, we have got Merkaba. Merkaba is like kind of techno, a little bit trancey, but like not too fast. And very spiritual. It's like spiritual techno. That's what I would call it in a way. And he's a producer.
Exciting.
Like he's very famous. Like he would headline big psychedelic festivals around the world. He only did one date in America recently. And I think he's only doing one date in Southeast Asia for the foreseeable future. So really, this is a good one. And we also have Grouch from New Zealand, who has 2 projects. He also has a kind of techno psychedelic project, but he also does a in-dub project, so psychedelic dub. So these 2 are like these are 2 big names.
Is he doing both of those at the show, or is he just doing the?
He's doing both.
He's doing both. Oh,
yeah. So
it's so you can catch both.
But we have 12 hours scheduled of like down tempo and kind of techie stuff. On one of the electronic stages called the Synergy stage, which I took from my old event, Synergy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's great. And so what, you know, whether it's the bands or the experience or the fire dances, whatever it is, what is it that you are most looking forward to seeing manifesting, becoming real?
Or maybe having a good sleep. No, I'm joking. It's been hard work.
I'm sure.
Know, but you know, I do it for the love. You know, and it's difficult because, I mean, I pull in all these different elements that mean something to me. So I wouldn't say there's any particular part of it that I prefer over anything else, really. For me, it's just, I think when it all comes together and you just see all these different communities like integrated, working together, and just, it's nice just to have a weekend where we come together in community, I think. And
that's nice.
And then I feel like, you know, I've got some meaning, you know, and I have some purpose, and I did something that is beneficial for Chiang Mai. I mean, I'm here probably forever. I have another business here. I have a wife, you know, you know, I'm not going anywhere.
It's and then I suppose once it's all over, it's starting the plan for the next year's one.
It is. So I have some things in the work that might be exciting to keep stuff happening through the year. But unconfirmed. So.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
What do you think the biggest misconceptions are about these types of festivals, that these like conscious festivals or these community festivals, and how are you maybe avoiding those cliches or like navigating that from both a marketing and realistic perspective?
So I think especially with these kind of like conscious transformational events, there can be sometimes a bit of a feeling that like it's just some white guy coming to the developing world and using it for their own benefit, to make money or to throw a party for white people, you know, and there is some truth in that, I think, globally with these kind of events. But and there may be some part of this at Gaia Beats because, you know, looking at the data, I mean, there is a lot of Westerners who come.
Sure.
But I try to offset that by really involving Thai people. I try to involve Thai people in 50% of everything or more. So, for example, if you look at the Horizon stage, which is the live music stage, you'll see that probably most of the bands are Thai bands. You know, I try to all the other stages. We try to book at least half Thai. You know, and like a lot of artists are coming and volunteering their time actually because it's a community and it's really a not-for-profit. We want to support social projects, charities in Chiang Mai. That is the real long-term vision. So that, you know, we want to support charities here financially, but we also want to support Thai people by involving them in the event. So for another example would be that we work with local Thai restaurants near Sense, and we give those restaurants a free place to sell their food.
Amazing.
You know, other people have to pay rent. But I want to make I want to bring our neighbors in and like strengthen the local community so that we're not just taking, we're giving back to them. That's that. So I try to, in the systems, I'm trying to be conscious, mindful of like how we can actually build systems that give back, not just give someone a check at the end of the event.
Understood. For sure. Can you buy day tickets, or is it a weekend thing?
You can. So because the camping is in the venue, I haven't got a Friday ticket. So it's either a Friday, Saturday, Sunday ticket, or a Saturday, Sunday ticket, or a Sunday ticket.
Okay.
And some people complain sometimes about that, and I get it because they're like, I only want to go on Friday, and I understand that. But
once you're in, it's hard to track everyone.
The logistics
Of that's difficult.
You know, maybe in the future we might have separate camping, but this year it's a bit of a free for all. So this year there's only like a Saturday ticket. I priced it so that the Sunday's kind of free.
No, that's nice. That's good. Almost a bit like not quite like Glastonbury, but Glastonbury has that sort of Sunday. They kind of let everyone in on Sunday, don't they? And let
but I mean,
people have
like
some
I
fun.
think even Wonderfruit do this as well. I don't think Wonderfruit you can just go on the Friday.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's like staggered.
That makes sense logistically and all those things.
Logistically, it makes a lot of sense.
Great. And so I suppose this is like the last bit of a sales pitch you got. What do you want people to know before they buy tickets, timing, the overall vibe? What's your sales pitch?
That's a good question. That is a good question. What should I say to make you buy some tickets? Well, I mean, I think the people at home have heard a lot about it by now, so they get the general vibe. I mean, there is something there for everybody. You know, it's but to be honest, like ticket sales have been pretty good for a first day 3-day event. I mean, normally looking back at my data from past events, people in Chiang Mai always buy at the last minute. You know, so I'm expecting a flood of tickets to come in the last week because I'm not sure when this will be launched, but today we have a week until the event.
That's right.
So tickets are really starting to sell now anyway.
I bet.
We have crew and volunteers of like 500 people. I mean, potentially I'm capping it at 1,500 people, and it's not that far away from it actually in the grand scheme of things. So I don't think I'm going to punt it that hard.
Fair enough.
I think if people went to Jai Thep before, or, you know, they've been on our social media, they can see that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas scheduled stuff. You know, plus a market, plus camping, food and drink, like
it's pretty big.
Fire dancers. We have so much that I don't think I'm going to try and oversell it. Just get your ticket before they sell out. Really,
that's true.
Get your ticket before they sell out.
What would you what would you say to people who are maybe watching this from Bangkok or other places that need to travel up? You know, how can we bring the Gaia Beats experience to those people?
Well,
or have them?
I think they should just fly up because, you know, think like at the moment a full pass is 3,300 baht, which for Chiang Mai prices sounds expensive. But that's because people don't know the level of production it's going to be, actually. But once they go, they're suddenly going to be like mind blown. Like, oh, yeah, this is like an 8,000 baht value, but priced at 3,300. You know, if you think a lot of the events that the Bangkok crowd go to, 3,300 plus a return ticket flight, not that bad. So I think they should probably just fly up for it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be worth it. Like, you know, it's the first year of a 3-day. You can never get that back.
No.
Normally, the first 3-day event
Yeah.
at a festival is the magical year.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
'cause
like-
it's the one you put everything into, and
it's the one that's like not super polished.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, it is a bit bare bones, and you know, it is a bit like last minute,
Yeah.
and we chucked a bit of fabric over something
Yeah.
to dress it. But I've been to a lot of first year events,
Yeah.
and there is a magic to it that you sometimes, once a festival scales to a point in the future, people go, "Oh, it used to be better," or something, you know.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be a lot of magic this year. I really think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, there you have it, everyone. I think that's time for today. We've had a great podcast. We've talked to Tom. Hopefully, you've got to know him a little bit better, as have I. The man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Fannypinchin Clark. He is here. He is not going anywhere, and you will see him wandering around in flowery robes during Jai Thep.
Yeah.
I am sure of it.
Yes, I will probably have a rotating wardrobe. Probably.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your wanting to bring your own as well, right?
Oh yeah, and last thing,
Yeah.
it is fancy dress. Like you should
As a festival should be.
absolutely dress like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Do
good.
it.
Yeah.
You know, definitely wear all your craziest stuff
Yeah.
and come.
Yeah. Well, you'll see both me and Tom at the festival dressed crazily and hopefully
Exactly.
not too inappropriately, but you know.
Yeah, no inappropriate. But yeah, no inappropriate.
From Time Out Thailand, thank you for tuning in today. It's been an absolute pleasure, Tom, and everyone listening. I hope you have a great festival season, whether you are at Gaia Beats up here in Chiang Mai or elsewhere across the circuit in Thailand. There's lots going on and lots to choose from. So I hope this podcast has inspired you to buy some tickets and get out there with your best frocks on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you
Excellent.
very much. Bye-bye.